Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm welcoming my guests today, Natalie Price and Kristopher James. And hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. We're live. Everything's going good. So welcome to everyone watching on the New World Deli page and people watching on our various music pages on Facebook. I also have this going on YouTube, on my YouTube page. And so, welcome. This is the first Sunday Songwriters is something I do the first Sunday, obviously, of every month at the New World Deli. It started out physically at the New World Deli before we had to go inside here in Austin. And hopefully we'll be starting up again before too long. If things improve, that would be nice. But anyway, I'm going to say I'm so thrilled to have both of you. Kristopher's from Florida, Sarasota, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And
Sarasota area, yeah.
Sarasota area, and Natalie here in Austin. And I'm just going to say, let's just jump into it. Kristopher, you look like you're ready to go, and then we'll chat a little bit more. So what I wanted to also say to everyone is if you enjoy watching, we're so happy, and think of yourself being at the New World Deli in Austin, where every so often one of our kind fans will get up and pass the hat around, and it's usually JoJo. But so if you feel like tipping, that's all on the bottom, PayPal and Venmo, and we share that. So Chris, go to it.
You got it. This first song is a song called "Start Over." It's a bit. It's a song that means a good deal to me, mainly because I had this episode with my mom. We fell out for just a couple of weeks, but it was one of those things where it's like, if I could just, with any relationship that I had, if I could just hit the reset button and start all over again, whether it's familial or whether it's platonic with a friend, some friendship or a romantic relationship, we all hit those bumps and in the road, and sometimes we just want to hit the reset button and start the whole thing over again. So this is a song about that. Sitting on the front porch waiting here, beat the street lights and head on home to you. Scuff the feet hard, let the dirt fly, arms swung open just to hold on tight to you. Got my mother's heart but my daddy's mouth. Let the words loose, never to be heard by you. You and me weaving while the tempers flare, things I didn't know that would end up hurting you. Wanna start over? Can we start over? Yeah. Let us start over. Yeah. So we don't ever have to stop. Just get over here, stare at my hand just to offer them up to you. Yeah. Flowers threaded through every lock of hair, arms swung open just to hold on tight to you. Thread unwind, my feet just to keep from leaving you. Oh, wanna start over. Can we start over? Yeah, yeah. Let us start over. Yeah, yeah. So we don't ever have to stop. Wanna start over? Can we start over? Let us start over. Oh, so we don't ever have to stop. Yeah, wanna start over. Yeah, can we start over? Oh, let us start over. Ooh, so we don't ever have to start. Yeah.
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 All right. Woo!
So
Sounded
nice.
so nice. And people are already saying, "Oh, they really like it, like it, like it."
I like
Um,
it like that. I like it like. Sorry.
Oh, and ask people where they're listening from, and there are people.
Oh,
favorite-
Richard,
someone
thank
said
you.
it's Favorite Fats.
I'm glad that somebody picked up on that.
Yeah,
Fats Domino Swings.
Florida,
Awesome.
Leander.
How cool.
So everyone, people all over, all over, all over. And oh, Amy Wheeler's saying that she misses you.
Oh, Amy, I miss you guys too. Both you and your husband. Hey, Scott Anderson. Ever loving right there.
And people are clapping, clapping, clapping. So, yeah,
This is cool.
it's awesome. It's fun. It's actually really fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to, let me, there we go. So, I also have to be the producer now. So if my eyes kind of go crazy and I'm looking at things, I'm like, you know, it's, I'm not just like having a nervous breakdown. No, I'm just doing stuff on an unfamiliar computer because mine died yesterday.
Which is a great story, but very unfortunate.
It was, yeah, because I have this adorable kitten who's 4 months old, and I was coming up to the studio to do our sound check yesterday, walking up and holding my laptop, and, you know, I had like 5 different things, and the dog decided to come up, and the cat kind of did this like, wah, 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 and then the dog started tripping, and I started tripping. So to save myself, I had to let go of the laptop to hold on to the walls, and I scraped myself, but the laptop went flat about 6 feet down, boom, and the hard drive is now, I tried fixing it today, it's just like, no way, so.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, there are none. But I'm using my husband's, and the display is really tiny, and I tried to fix it, and it wasn't fixing in the normal way. But anyway, that doesn't matter, we're here for the music. So if you see me going like this, it's not because like I'm so overtaken with angst at one of your songs, even though I probably will be. It's just me trying to like, where is that? You know, so anyway, so Natalie Price. I miss seeing you, girl. I miss playing with you.
I know. It's been too long.
It's been too long. We won't dwell on that because you're here right now. So tell us about what you're going to play for us, and I'm so glad you're going to play for us.
Me too.
So we'll make
Thanks
you
for having
big.
me. This song is called These Days, and it is I think it's the first track on my EP. And maybe you've been there, just really grateful that you're not in a previous relationship. I'm so glad I wasn't younger when we met. You might have tried harder, I might have stayed longer, we'd have more regret. Sometimes, honey, I still wonder why I stayed. Bearing your jealousy, the heaviness strangled me, a songbird in a cage. These days you still come to mind, but it's not like it was when you'd cross it infinite times. I'm so glad I can say I'm finally clean. The poison you gave me silenced and chained me. Now this bird can sing. These days you still come to mind, but it's not like it was when you'd cross it infinite times. Baby, it's better we try to love each other and we say goodbye, 'cause I learned to spot a toxic love like you got before it gets me high. These days, these days, these days, these days, you still come to mind, but it's not like it was when you'd cross it infinite times. Baby, it's better we try to love each other and we say goodbye, 'cause I learned to spot a toxic love like you got before it gets me high. These days, these days, these days, these days.
I still have to install the applause button. I keep forgetting about that.
I was harmonizing that.
You know, the
whole
big
time
one that I
with
can
you,
just
by the way.
hit and
That
it
was
goes.
amazing.
It's a good one to harmonize.
It sounded really
Beautiful.
nice. It's a nice one. So pretty. Well, I have a song called that, but I'm not going to play that one right
You
now.
could, if
But
you wanted.
I could. Oh, look at our friend Kent.
Hi,
is,
Kent.
is listening.
Thanks,
Hey, hi,
Richard.
Kent. Yes, and Richard's listening too. And yeah, Richard said, all right. So it's so cool how, we get people from all over listening, and we really appreciate that. And if you want to share, if you like it and you want to share it, with people, just feel free to do that. Just say, hey, come listen to these great people.
Hi, Ariel.
Oh, look at Ariel's there. And that's exciting. So, yeah. Yay. Well, we appreciate everyone listening. I'm going to do a song, and then I might ask you guys some questions. So you're going to have to be put your thinking caps on, drink your vitamin juice. I'm going to go to me right now. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to do a song that's also from, and I'm going to try to sit so it doesn't have a terrible reflection. But I'm going to do a song that's also from my recent EP, which actually came out last year, which is called Louisiana Sky. The song is called Tonight. Trouble world, yeah, that's a fact. Let's try this one again. It's trouble world, that's a fact. I probably shouldn't do this song because, guys, let's put this up here, okay? Unmute yourselves. How often do you do a song that you know really well, and then you get up to do it, and you forget the first line, which now is back in my head. And, it's so, apropos that it's really strange. So
you almost have to, you just have to get over that first line of lyric.
Yeah, oh yeah, then all the rest is there.
Downhill.
All the rest is there.
I'll insert an ooh, or I'll just sing the next verse.
No, I know, yeah.
I'll just make it a shorter version of the
song.
Well, when you're on stage in front of people, it's totally different. This is very casual. We're able to say, all right, I'm going to start this over again.
And some places you can, depending. I mean,
sure.
If it's just, but then there's other ones you can't. And anyway, I remember it now, and I want to play this song. So I'm going to go back and start again. And you know what it is? Well, you know what it is? I have my producer hat on, and I'm doing all this stuff, and then oh, the song. Yeah, and it's a different part of your brain, right? Anyway, here we go. All right, try number 2. Take 2 tonight. It's a troubled world, that's a fact. Tyrants and fools are both getting second acts. Kids dying young, on a mission to get high, leave scores of broken hearts too soon to bid goodbye. And I wonder, when do the grown-ups show up? And how will this get right? Will this old world spin to oblivion tonight? Some other time might have gone, packed up my bags, hopped a train and moved on. But here I stand, too obstinate to leave. Yeah, love needs work, but sometimes a reprieve. And I wonder, when does it get easier? How will we survive? Will we find that thread of love again tonight? Life gets tough, Don't ever let them die. Oh, dreams feed your heart and they keep your soul alive. But I wonder, how will they afford to live? And will their world be bright? Looking at that road sure looks rough and cold tonight. Thanks, guys. So, thank
That was
you.
great.
It was fun. Thank you.
Very welcome.
It's fun to play. It's getting very warm in here because I turned my AC off. I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of like being in a warm bar. But yeah, so songwriting. I met both of you. Let's see. I met you, Kristopher. What we all have in common, what I'm trying to say, is we've all been involved in the Dripping Springs Songwriter Festival, which sadly is not occurring. Is it usually around this time this year?
Yes. It's like
October,
the
yeah.
16th to the 18th. It was something like that last year.
Yeah, so here we are kind of having a little slice of virtual. We weren't all at the same time. Yeah. Like you were, Natalie, you were in last year. Kristopher, you were probably in last year. Is that where you guys were?
That was 2 years ago.
18.
Yeah, that's when I was in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's where I met Kristopher, because that's the one I attended before I actually played.
You did, and I remember being there, and that was like the first thing. Well, no, it was like the second thing I'd ever been asked to be in. That was like a big deal thing that I felt like really excited. And then I looked out, and I'm like, oh well, no one's gonna come. And there was Natalie, like sitting right there, and I was like, ooh.
Natalie was always like front row.
I know.
She was always right there.
I know, and just seeing her, like, you know, her happy, you know, wonderful face, it was like, oh, okay. Everything's going to be okay. You know, you don't have, like, the stone-faced people, but it's a great place to play.
I had a moment, because Dripping Springs is amazing. There's so many different venues that are kind of, like, on the same strip.
Yep.
And I don't remember, it was the brewery?
Acapon or something?
Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember because I was with, let's see, who was I with? I was with Chris and Sarah. And we were doing an in the round kind of like this, and I just remember Natalie out in the audience, and I'm going, "There's a cool girl," and now I'm nervous. Now, I know that she
pressure's
writes songs.
on.
She looks like she writes songs, and now I'm nervous. This is gonna be great.
She's
Nice.
taking
But then
notes.
you meet her, and she's the sweetest thing in the world.
She is. She's fun, and I've done gigs with Natalie, and we almost always have a good time. Some of them have been like sort of physical torture sessions, like extreme heat. We had one once.
But one winery.
It's like Fear
Yeah,
Factor.
yeah, but it, you know, it was rough. It was rough, and but you know, we found out that if you feel like you're dying of heat prostration while you're doing a gig and your blood sugar's going down, that a little 7-Up with lime cures everything.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But watch out that you don't knock it over.
To the sticky mess. Well, on that note, Kristopher, what have you got next for us? You got 7-Up and lime in there, or?
No, this is just a green tea. It's nothing's fancy. But no, this is a song. I love playing this song, and it's so weird because a couple of years ago I would just post song clips to my Facebook just as like almost a way to archive a little more than just my phone. And so I literally just archived this lick, like, and then wrote from there, and that was like 4 years ago or something like that, or 3 years ago or something. And this is a song that I absolutely fell in love with unintentionally, which is strange because the song is called Didn't Mean to Fall in Love, and it's on the record that I just released last year. But yeah, so this is that song. never saw you coming. Tried so hard to move along, but I found myself at the start. Knew I should have got my heart. Knew I should have known better. Didn't mean to fall in. Didn't mean to fall in love. It's too late to hide it. Let's not unwind. The tether is tight and we'll figure it out. It's too late to hide it. Don't try to fight it. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. Yeah. Just couldn't seem to find the words, 'cause I never heard you coming. Had to find another way, still circling around each other like the winds from a hurricane. We really should have known better. Didn't mean to fall in. Didn't mean to fall in love. It's too late to hide it. Let's not unwind. The tether is tight and we'll figure it out. It's too late to hide it. Don't try to fight it. I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. Oh, but you begged me to come, and I told you to stay. And across the room, romance is all we get to play. And you knew how to say every line, every phrase to get me to change. But I know how to stay. Ooh, yeah. It's too late to hide it. Let's not unwind. The tether is tight and we'll figure it out. It's too late to hide it. Don't try to fight it. I don't know how. Yeah, I said I don't know how. Ooh, I said I don't know how. Yeah, but we'll figure it out. Do 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 do. Yeah. Oh. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry. I have these little. Thank you. Sorry.
And this is like what I was thinking, doing that voice.
Oh, Bernil.
Yes.
I love Bernil. Bernil's awesome.
Oh.
Thank you, B.
Yeah, that blue-eyed soul. It's just like, it just brings me back to that. You got that Philly sound.
Motown
when it was,
Philly
like-
back again. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Sorry. Everything is a song to me, so if I hear, it's like a cue, and you just have.
So you were born
this.
to be in a musical, is what you're saying.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so low key, that's like
Dream?
on my bucket list.
Areas?
Yeah, to be in yeah. So I have like
Really?
severe
Really?
anxiety, which is weird
See-
that I do this singing thing too. But being on a stage where I have to perform, because anytime I mess up, I can kind of embellish a little bit. I don't know if you do this, but
Yeah.
I usually leave the stage and I'm like, gosh, that was awful. Like I could have done so much better. And then, but if you're up there doing a musical, it's a totally different style of singing, and it comes from a different part of your chest and different part of your throat. And
wow,
I would love that. I would love to do a musical.
I have never been in a musical, and I gotta say, I was never one to go see musicals. But then I saw that movie, what was it called? Once, the two songwriters.
Oh, yeah.
And that was so like organic, and it was just, I loved that. That's the kind of musical. I'm not, although, when I was a kid, like Sound of Music, all that stuff. Well, Natalie, have you ever been in a musical? This is my question for you. Have you ever been in a musical?
Sort of. I did dinner theater when I was in upper elementary school.
That's fun.
And so I remember I dressed up as a newsboy, a newsie.
Dinner theater in elementary school.
And we did so everyone would be eating dinner and we'd be out singing in the audience and doing our parts and then running back on stage and stuff. And
that sounds like an interesting childhood thing to do. All right. Well, what have you got for us now? Now that we're gonna just kind of munch on that little tidbit of knowledge.
You know what is funny? I can probably find a picture of that to show you. I have somewhere. I'm thinking I have a little. I found my photo album.
Do it during the next break.
Yeah, I'll do it during the break. So this song is. This is why I love songs in the round, because I don't come in with a set list, and my song is prompted a lot of times by the song played right before me. So Kristopher just sang about, "Oops, I fell in love." Or at least that's how I was hearing it. And so this is a song about unrequited love, where it fell really hard for someone who was just not into me, which maybe you've been there too. It sucks. This is called "Is It Too Late?" and it's also on my EP. Available everywhere. Your atmosphere pressing near, rolling with the clouds, heavy rains, falling tears, cleansing the town. Steel blue skies look alive, burning on my brain. The way you move, bending light like bows of rain. Is it too late? Is it too late? Give me a sign, give me a sign. A minute more, I'm through the door. You're already gone. A secret sigh, wanting more. Hollow song. Is it too late? Is it too late? Give me a sign, give me a sign. 'Cause nothing can change the desert like rain. Nothing reminds me like seeing your face. Nothing can change the desert like rain. Nothing Nothing can change the desert like rain. Nothing reminds me like seeing your face. Nothing can change the desert like rain. Nothing reminds me like seeing your face. Your face, your face.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Super beautiful.
That's so beautiful. And you always manage to kind of get that sort of music boxy, sound no matter what you're doing. It's really
Thanks.
amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful. We would be playing normally. Well, maybe if Kristopher was out here for some reason, we would be playing normally at the New World Deli. And I'm just taking down this banner while we're playing, while we're chatting, because it's kind of like cutting my head off, and I noticed it was cutting Kristopher's head off. And I realized I have to probably make it a little smaller, but in and out. But that was just lovely. It was reminding me of a song I wanted to do, so I'm just going to go right into it and tell you.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because this is a song
right.
that when I think of October events, they can be happy. Like I went to the World Series in 1986, which was sad for my husband because he was a Red Sox fan. But, I was there and watched the ball go through Bill Buckner's legs. I was at that game. Yeah, that was exciting. I was young and jumped up and down and fell over like 3 rows, and some guy just picked me up and went, it was great.
It was
great. But it's also sad events. And when I first moved out here to Texas, I lost a really great friend who I hadn't seen in many years because he had a lot of bad problems and mental health and drug problems. And I found out in December that he had passed away in October. So it always kind of has this sort of a little bit of, there's great stuff in October. It's beautiful weather here in Texas. And if you're, from where I come from in New York State, it's always beautiful. But there's a little bit of melancholy, too, because the fall's coming. If you live in the Northeast or a cold place, you're going to be spending a lot of time indoors. And so, there's both. But anyway, I'm going to do this tune, which is called Twin Bed, and I'll put this logo up here. Let's see, because I'm not chopped off now. And this song is it's also on the last EP I did. I got to start recording again soon, which is called Louisiana Sky, but the song is called Twin Bed. Shared a twin bed. I was just 22. It was young love, deep and pure and wild. He won me over from his guitar slinging friend. He said, "You think we could get married in a while? But love can't always buy the wounds, the ones with cuts that deep." And so it was one day he left me, not understanding what else he might need, but neither did he. Neither did he. It took some time then, but we turned into friends, writing songs, sharing laughs and spending time. But then the demons started filling in his spaces. He was gone in both his body and his mind. 'Cause love can't always heal a heart when damage damage runs that deep, a needle full to ease his pain, me not understanding why he had that need, but neither did he. Once he showed up at my door, saying, sorry I hurt you years ago. I could not really share my life with anyone, but you came close, so very close. It disappeared then. No one heard from him for years, until he spoke to me one night in a dream. I woke up trembling and searched until I found a cold gray page listing 2 dates and his name. Now memories cannot fill that hole. It stretches out for no one's love could make him whole. No one ever really understanding why, but neither did he. Neither did he. Neither did he. Guys back in. Yay. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Well, we are, oh, look at that. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun. It does. So I want to ask, here's a question to ask for both of you. Think about it. But like, what is your most embarrassing stage moment ever? I will go first, okay, because mine's really bad. Yeah, it was really bad. I was young, and I had moved. I decided to go to college for music because I'd been out of high school a couple years. And while I was up there, this guy approached me where I was working in this listening lab and said, hey, come sit in. We need a new singer. We need an extra singer for our band, and we play up at this resort. And so I said, well, I don't know a lot of cover songs. Oh, no, you'll know these songs. Come on up. So I get up there, and it's like the band is like these like grizzled veterans. Like the guy at the piano had on like the tuxedo with the tie hanging out, and he was about 40 years old with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And there I was, and I'd been playing like little, like coffee house places. And they're like, what songs do you know? And they're naming all these top 40 songs. And I'm like, oh. So then they said, Boogie Oogie Oogie. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. And all I knew was like the chorus, sort of. So when it came time for the for the verse, I'm kind of going, and then I'm going, but get on up, and it was horrible. I felt like I was up there in ripped underwear, and it was like totally embarrassing. And then I found out afterwards the guy just wanted me to do it because he was, he just kind of wanted to, have a thing with me. And I was 19. I was so stupid, and I was just horrified. And the whole thing, like, just was. I can't even hear that song. Every once in a while, I'll be in a department store or something, and it'll come on, and I'll just like, oh, can I go home now? So that's mine. Can you top that, Kristopher? What's yours?
Oof. Well, first of all, that's my nightmare. I don't do covers because I have a terrible memory, and unless they're in front of me, printed out, and I'll still mess them up. I will still 100% mess that thing up
They're
in
hard.
some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, they're hard.
But that is my literal nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh man! And
Yeah,
you
take a
just hit
solo
that
now,
one part
Mr.
everybody knows.
Saxophone
Yes,
Man.
exactly. Here you go. So, my most embarrassing moment. Okay, so I've had moments where like I forgot my own lyrics during stage performances and stuff and stopped. But sometimes if that's the case, I'll usually just call myself out on it and say I forgot my own lyrics. And then we have this moment of levity and this moment of awkwardness together, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna start over. But I think this one time I was playing one of my favorite venues in St. Petersburg, Florida, called Hideaway Cafe. And it was one of my first times playing here. I'd only been playing for maybe about a year, still super green, trying to learn, and I had been trying to get on this stage because I loved it so much. And it's a listening room. Everybody is dead quiet. So like the very first time that I play there, I'm sweating bullets. My whole body, I'm swimming in the clothes that I'm wearing because I'm sweating so much, because I'm not used to people actually sitting quietly and listening to the person perform. I'm like, I can hear my heart beating right now in this microphone. Like, I'm that nervous. And so my in-between song banter was terrible. Like, I'm just stuttering and saying ums and uhs and not making any sense in any way, shape, or form. And I drop my pick just in fumbling around. I drop my pick. I'm like, okay, I gotta get my pick. So I go and I stick my hand in my pocket to grab a pick. And as I'm talking, trying to distract everybody while I get another pick, because God help me if I drop my pick at all, period. I'm just embarrassed. I pull out a toy kangaroo that I had in my pocket. Before I left the house, I was cleaning the boys' room, and I happened to pick up a toy kangaroo and put it in my pocket before I left. And so here I am, just nervous wreck, sweating, and I'm like, this is literally what came out of my mouth was, this is not a pick. This is a kangaroo. And I didn't know what to do.
It's the opposite of the Mel Bay book. This is a pick.
Oh,
this is not a pick.
This is not a pick. But it was just this wonderful human moment of nerves. And that moment kind of broke me, in the sense of broke the nerves. I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. Everybody's laughing because it was a hysterical little moment of like, oh,
If I can pull a kangaroo out of my pocket.
Yeah.
Good.
Bet you $20 I can pull a kangaroo out of my pocket.
It's better than some things you could have pulled out of your
Yes.
pocket.
Which is very true.
Very
True. But that's, other than just like forgetting my own lyrics, or like showing up to a venue that's a legit punk venue and you're not a punk player.
Done that too.
Which, I mean, like, I'm a punk kid. I love punk music, but it's like you're showing up to play soft music and everybody's like, da, 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 da. You know, it's just completely different.
Work. Well, what have you got for us, Songwriters, next?
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
This is a song called Humming Hallelujah. There's a story behind it, but it's a very long story. And, it goes like this. Here's one of those moments. I'm just terrible bad. This is what we're doing right now. This is a song. I'm just gonna play it. Just here talking about the weather, how much like me used to be. Then you felt quiet and burned up by the fire, humming hallelujah silently. couch your frame leaned against it, smaller than I knew it to be. The smell of English leather mixed with this Christmas weather makes me miss the days we could have seen. But these words are in my head, mixed with the songs and lines I've read, not on my lips, but heart instead. Then you felt quiet and burned up by the fire, humming hallelujah silently. So we'll dust off the stones and flowers in the vases. I can hear you singing songs between the trees. Then you felt quiet and burned up by the fire, humming hallelujah silently. But your words are in my head, mixed with the songs and lines I've read, not on my lips, but heart instead. Days get longer, they pulling on you. The grave and the gravel, they can wait. Ghosts before us, they sing the chorus, humming hallelujah silently. We'll be humming hallelujah silently. Makes me miss the days we could have seen. We'll be humming hallelujah silently.
Woo! Oh, that's a beautiful tune. That's a beautiful tune. If you strummed that with a
Sushi
little
Dupont?
toy.
What was that? I'm sorry. I keep having to take these headphones.
I saying if
With
you
a
strummed
kangaroo
that with
tail?
a kangaroo toy, it would still sound good.
Oh, you know what? I gotta
So-
try that next time. It's more plasticky, so it'll probably give off a higher frequency from the strings.
Yeah,
That's
feel
my
like
guess.
You know what? You could just sell merch that's half kangaroo, half pick. You hold the kangaroo.
kangaroo
at all.
pick holder. It could
What
like
if
go
the
onto
ca-
the mic stand or something.
I love it. What if the kangaroo pouch was the actual pick?
Yeah. Or it held the
And
pick.
so-
It's just got
Yeah.
to
So Natalie, what
That's the
about you? What's your worst, most embarrassing stage, or most awkward, or whatever, most memorable in a bad way stage experience?
Well, one of them was with you
Thanks.
at that store in Fredericksburg. the
Oh, that was
Cedar
that was
Grove.
interesting. Yeah.
And I just, for some reason, had a lot of nerves that night. I think I even remember telling you there's something
Yeah,
weird in the air tonight. Like, this is really weird. And it just kind of threw me off. And I don't normally get like that frazzled, but I was kind of frazzled. And it was unclear what was happening and how it was going to go down. And the green room was like an open garage kind of next door. And so I already felt weird. It was cold outside. Felt weird leaving all my stuff in there. It was just like a weird setup. I just wasn't, I don't know, when I guess you have a bunch of unspoken expectations and you don't realize that till none of them are met. It wasn't bad. It was just like not what I expected. So we go, and I guess then it's sound check. And so I go in, and I guess I forgot to bring out my pedal or something. I just like left a couple of things in the green room, and I'm setting up, and I'm like, oh, I obviously need my pedal. So I start literally the stage is like, it's just the floor of the store, and it's like right next to the door to the green room. So I just like start walking to the green room, and I hear all of this commotion, and I realize, oh, because I'm still plugged in. I'm just like walking off stage with my guitar, and it's plugged in. I'm like dragging all this equipment with me, and so I'm just like, ugh, and I like unplug and just like walk out. And I remember like there were these 3 people that were leaving, and they're like whooping, and they're like, encore, encore, and I was like, wow, assholes. So I was like, I just kept walking, and I was like, I can't, I'm already too frazzled. I cannot even think about them right now. I need to get my stuff together and like finish this sound check.
Well, I'm privileged that I was part of your most embarrassing
I don't even know if
moment.
you noticed, but it was just like,
I didn't notice.
I was just frazzled in my mind and decided to take everything with me off stage.
What was funny about that gig, and it was fine for me, even though it was kind of unusual, but in many ways. But there was you took a video of me singing, and it actually looked and sounded pretty good. So I stuck it up on my page, and I forget who it was, but a friend commented like, "Oh yeah, you always want to be near the whatever product it was because it's like an actual general store, and there was some like bug exterminator product like close to my head." Or
I didn't even notice that. I was gonna be like,
I didn't
canned
either.
tomatoes or something.
I did. Adam Moe saw that and pointed it out. So
That's funny. I'll
anyway,
have to go back and look at it now.
what have you got for us?
Oh, so we've all been kind of mellow, and so I decided to like bring us up a notch. And I'm gonna play a newer song, so it's not out anywhere, and it has been written during the time of lockdown, and it is called "What We Daydream Now," and it's basically everything that I wish that I could do right now. And wrote it with a friend up in Nashville, and Zach Berkman, and he's great. Met him at Folk Alliance in January. Cannot believe we were at an international conference in January. That's crazy. And I love it. I think it's exactly what I wish I could do right now. So anyways, maybe you resonate. Here's What We Daydream Now. Pull up a chair, but on your way over, bring me another beer. It's fine, 'cause I ain't driving. Everybody's coming over here. Nobody's leaving, nobody goes till we pass around the guitar. And when the sun burns out over this town, we'll be wishing on the shooting stars. Staying up too late, smiling as the fire dies down, and I can see your face. Funny what we daydream now. I don't really like big crowds, but I'm missing them today. I miss the heat on the street and the sound of the beat of the music playing. I never longed for the open road till I couldn't leave my home. But I'd even be fine just standing in line if I had anywhere to go. Trying on a sunburn, spending like it don't run out. Never any concerns. Funny what we daydream now. What we daydream now. What we daydream now. Cutting holes in all the things I used to complain about, 'cause they don't seem to matter much now. When this is over, you'll come over and we won't think twice. We'll be glad we can say remember when, and isn't this nice? Staying up too late, smiling as the fire goes down, and I can see your face. Funny what we daydream now. What we daydream now. What we daydream now. Staying up too late. Smiling as the fire goes down, I wanna see your face. Funny what a daydream now.
Yeah, all right. All right. Sounds great. Oh, well, we're almost we're pretty much at the end. It's I'm going to do one last song, but it seems like we just started, so I'm kind of sad now.
This went by pretty quick.
It did. It went by really quick. And despite all my little mishaps and this and that, technical issues, it all worked out okay, It always does. But I'm also going to do a song that I wrote during this COVID time. I think I wrote this one a couple months in, was like the first one I wrote. I've written another one since that's just like so depressing I can't even play it. Like I might record it, but it's just yeah. But this one was just more thinking about I don't know. It was actually from a song prompt from our friend Heather Miller. And she's a really wonderful songwriter and open mic host here in Austin, and one of the most positive people I know, and someone that I did a really weird gig with once, where the guy who put it together at the Sahara Lounge, talk about like the wrong act for the wrong place. Yeah. It's like this place that has a lot of reggae music, and it's in East Austin, and then this guy asked us to play, and so, we both did it. And he was driving from somewhere else. He wasn't from Austin. And so the gig was starting and he wasn't there. So we had to like go on with, that the guy who had booked us wasn't there. And there's like these old regulars who hang out there from when it was just like, kind of a neighborhood bar. So they're like, kind of one really old guy. I think he was like, well, I should say really old. I'm getting old. But he'd had a rough life, and he was probably in his late 70s, and he really liked Heather, and so it was pretty funny. But anyway, she gave me these. She's a wonderful person, and she gave me these lyrics, and I got to play it. It's a song called. She gave us a prompt of a bunch of different words. Use as many as you can. So I did that, and this one's called "Boot in the Yard." And I'm just going to keep you guys up here because I like looking at y'all. It's nice having an audience. I'm just going to mute you for now, though. There you go. Okay. There's a boat in the yard. It's filled up with rain. I don't know how it got there, why it remains. There are clouds in the sky and ice in my veins, 'cause I don't feel nothing no more. When I was a gambler, I bet on your face, my perfect companion. You left not a trace. Yes, the years made us strangers. Our love's been replaced, and we don't feel nothing no more. We don't feel nothing no more. Sometimes I wake up hearing the night wind. It sounds like a voice, and thunder and lightning rolling. Yes, time keeps on marching. We take what it brings. There's gold and there's garbage. Red morning birds sing with their melodies, teasing the secrets of spring. Like we might feel something once more. Well, our home is a planet that hurtles through space, while a boot in the yard is in need of a lace. Like we need a understanding, a warm and safe place, so we can feel something once more, so we can feel something once more. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much. Well, I want to thank both of you for being here. Kristopher James, Natalie Price, thank you so much for coming to the first Sunday Songwriters. And I hope that you all have an invitation to come back when we actually open up for business at the New World Deli. And I'm going to put this up here because I also want to remember to thank them for hosting our live stream. And if you're in Austin, go get some takeout from them. I think they're also open for coming in. But they have
some good pie too.
Oh man, they got great pie. They have I know my husband likes their Reuben sandwiches. It's something I don't eat, but
Reuben sandwich. Oh
yeah, they've got like really good homemade stuff there. And Greg, the chef owner, is wonderful, and Joel, who books, is wonderful too. So thank you to them. And you guys have an invitation to come back anytime. And Kristopher, when you're in Austin, my husband's actually built a stage in his garden for musicians to come, and we can have little house concerts and put seats in the garden. It's really kind of outrageously
that's the most
beautiful
adorable thing I've heard today.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
looking
cute.
Forward to seeing that in person.
It will be nice. I could show you a picture, but I don't have it up. And Natalie, I'm disappointed at the picture of the musical that you had promised us.
Yeah, I just completely forgot.
It's okay.
You know what?
It's okay.
It's okay. You
It's
can make
okay.
excuses. It's fine.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. And also thank you to people who have been listening and sending in some tips. We really appreciate that. If you've enjoyed the show, you can still do that. See, it's going along the bottom there. Venmo at Claudia Gibson Music, or paypal.me/Claudia T. Gibson, because that was my maiden name. Yeah, look real quick. And Kristopher, what do you have coming up in your future? What's going on in your musical future?
That is a tricky question.
Tell me something good. In the words of Chaka Khan.
Tell me something.
Tell me something good.
So back in the last day of July 31st, I released a single that this quarantine, I've had such a hard time writing. I just haven't.
Yep.
Yeah, I just call it what it is, depression or whatnot. But it's definitely it's taken a toll on my writing abilities. And so instead of just beating myself down with not being able to necessarily write a song, I tried to take some of the goals that I had for the year that were put on the shelf because of COVID, and see if I couldn't adapt them to work on them, to focus on those. And so the last day of July released a single called Never Had to Find Our Way, and worked with some of my favorite people ever, and it was a great kind of thing just to focus my attention on.
Awesome.
Focus my passion on. And so and since that went over so well, and I still haven't had the space and mental dexterity to write a song, mental and creative, I've just been focusing on another single. So cool. I don't know when it's going to be done, but it's been a lot of fun. It's a song called Feelings.
And what platforms is it? Is it on Spotify, or do you have Patreon, or what's?
It's on every platform known to man. No, I'm just kidding.
Amazon,
it's on
Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. It's so weird. I try not to say Spotify but it's such a behemoth platform.
It's a giant behemoth.
It is. It's a giant behemoth.
There's a movie called that.
That pays less than pennies.
So Natalie, I know you have a single out. Yes,
I do. It's called Heavy. I was gonna play it, but we ran out of time.
Beautiful song.
It's okay.
Well, people should listen to it. And
song.
you have a Patreon page too.
I do.
Besides your webpage, which is down there, Nat Price Music.
Yes. You can pretty much find all my pages through searching Nat Price Music, one word. Facebook.com/Nat Price Music. Instagram.com/NatPriceMusic. Patreon.com.
Not the other Natalie Price who's up there. Just
There is
you.
another Natalie
There is.
Price in the UK who has taken all the Natalie Price music.
There's a Claudia Gibson in the UK too, but she
I'm
hasn't
a
been
There's a
real
Kristopher
active.
James in Canada.
There's one
With
in
a
San
K?
Francisco too.
With a
yeah,
K.
there's a
Oh
guy in San
my
Francisco.
gosh.
Well, anyway, guys.
Wait, I found the photo.
Oh, the photo.
Let's
Okay.
see, I don't want you to see the whole
Oh, come on.
page. You see it, Lil Nat?
Oh my
Oh,
god,
look at you. How old were you?
Look at that little Newsies hat.
I
That's
know.
so
I was
cute.
like
Open the gate and
sixth
seize
grade.
the day.
I can't. And like
I've-
my eyes are super blue because I took one of those red eye pens, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix it," and I thought you wiped it off, and you don't. So I did it on like all of the pictures on that page, and they all look like zombies.
Nice. On
That's
that
adorable.
note, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone, and I'm going to ask you guys to just hang out in the studio for a minute afterwards. But thank you
We'll
so
wait in the
much,
green
everyone, for watching. This video will be up on our respective pages and also on my YouTube page. So if you want to go back and watch all the fun and get another glimpse and do a
Totally do
stop
wanna do.
image and blow up of that Natalie Price.
This is why I didn't want to show you the whole
Picture.
page.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
We
It's
will.
gonna be great.
Well-
It's gonna be the picture on my phone now.
Okay, guys. Oh, and there. And actually, that's really sweet. I'm looking at these lovely comments.
Oh,
Thanks,
Amy.
Amy said thank you, and Joanna Howerton. And Joanna Howerton is the first person to. Her and Michael Cross did this series when we first started. When we actually were on the stage at the New World Deli, and it was really fun and wonderful. And Joanna's a wonderful singer and songwriter, and we were at Kerrville together. But anyway, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you all out there. Whoops! I didn't drop my guitar. That would have been more tragic than the laptop. We'll see you all again soon.
Bye, everyone.